Hello, I'm Jashikins, and welcome to another episode of Jash Reads. Today we are reading more of Animorphs number 10, The Android by K.A. Applegate. And, as always, this video is not intended for kids. This video is instead intended for adults who are discovering or rediscovering the joy that is Animorphs. And this is one of the very few times recently where it's actually sunny outside. Yeah. And also, as always, water this time around and a little snack because I've been getting a little hunger. I've been a little hungry, but like a little snack here and there has been helping out and a little broken down. So, yeah. Oh, and Altered Carbon got canceled. So yeah, everyone who loved the series, and yes, I've heard online about how some parts differed, but whatever. I haven't read the books yet, and I love the TV series. So after that captivating cliffhanger, it was like, I can't wait till season 3. I need these questions to be answered. And then it's like, oh yeah, it's canceled. I know like season 2 was not on par with season 1, but I still really enjoyed both, and I need to stop talking now, or this video will quickly turn from an Animorphs dramatic reading into ranting about another of my shows that got canceled. I don't think you started watching that for that rant, so. Okay, let's get into Animorphs. Let me adjust this here. Okay, wearing that. Okay. See, we should never get cocky, Cassie said. It's tempting the irony gods. Irony gods? Axe asked. Yeah, Cassie said. The bitter spirits who wait around till you get cocky, then hammer you. These are real? No, of course not, Cassie said impatiently. How do we get out of here with that crystal? We power our way out, Rachel said. Axe said. Eric's opinion was that there were many guards here in this building. We didn't see any on our way through the shafts, Jake remarked. But Eric's been pretty accurate so far. I have a feeling if he says there are guards here, there are guards here. No choice, Rachel said. We morph whatever we have that's big, mean, and nasty, then slam our way out of this place. Speaking of irony gods, I muttered. What do you mean? Rachel asked. I mean, we came here to get this Pemlite crystal so that she could be free to be violent. And now, despite all our clever planning, all our sneakiness and subtlety, we're stuck in the end going for total Schwarzenegger. Rachel's right, Jake said. He sighed. We're looking at a fighting retreat, Cassie said. I think there's a door over there. Try echolocating. You'll see a raised rectangular outline. I think it's a door. Yep, Jake agreed. Morph out, keep that direction in mind. Remorph, and be ready to haul butt for that door. Head for any way out of this building. Don't stand and fight, just try to force your way past anyone who comes after us. It was times like this I was glad Jake was our so-called leader. We all knew what we had to do, but someone had to actually say it. And boy, was I glad it wasn't me. I have such a bad feeling about this, I muttered. Have you ever watched those old war movies where the Americans would be heading for some enemy beach? You know, they'd be in a little boat, riding through the surf, getting ready to jump out on a beach that was going to be chewed up by machine bullets and mortars? That's what this felt like. Like we were pretty calm now, but in a few seconds, it was going to be life and death. Things would happen very fast, and none of it was going to be good. I morphed back to human. Then I focused my mind on the morph I liked for fighting. It was still absolutely dark, so I didn't see my body grow big and hairy, but I could feel my shoulders bulk up beyond anything any bodybuilder ever even dreamed of. I could feel the strength like no human could ever possess. It was comforting to think that I was stronger than 3, 4, maybe 5 strong men. But not even the gorilla is invincible. Everyone ready? Jake asked. There, in the darkness, near enough to touch, but invisible, was enough power to shred a small army. Jake was in his tiger morph, Cassiak on wolf. Rachel was one of the few animals mightier than my gorilla. She was a full-grown, massively powerful grizzly bear. And Axe? Well, Axe was Axe. And trust me, when you've seen an Andalite in battle, you know that tail is all he needs. Ready? Why, I'm looking forward to it, I said, trying to sound like I wasn't scared silly. I'll go first, Rachel said, and before anyone had time to object, Rachel barreled past me, hitting me and practically spinning me around like a top. A microsecond later, screech, screech, screech. The alarm was deafening. The others barreled after. I hesitated for just a moment while I felt in the dark for the Pamlite crystal. Aside from Axe, I was the only one with hands. Then I went after them. I plunged wildly into total darkness with a tiny crystal in my massive fist. Rachel tore a path through the alarm wires, and I could feel where she had gone. I slammed into Axe, then bounced into Jake, then suddenly, wham, hit the wall. Scroot, 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 crunch. A loud, screeching, tearing noise. Sudden light! I could see! Man, it was a relief to be able to see something at least. Dim light came through the door, or what was left of the door, after Rachel had given the door 1,000 pounds or so of mad, ready to fight grizzly. The door was splinters. It was steel, and it was still splinters. I saw a flash of orange and black, moving fast but almost delicately. Jake in Tiger Morph. Cassie, the wolf, followed him. Right behind her was the one animal that wasn't from anywhere on Earth. There was a hallway outside. Jake said, "Left!" And we went left. Past doorways, past offices, past normal things like copiers and computers and fax machines and desks and cubicles. We ran. Rachel was in the lead, a huge, lumbering truck on four legs. Her roars mixed with the endless scream of the alarms. Scroop! 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 Suddenly, another door. A dead end. Rachel hit it with her shoulder, and the door was gone. There was a big room beyond. High ceilings, open space, a lobby sort of room. Windows! I could see faint stars through the tinted glass. Escape was just 100 feet away. Freedom, life, and all that stood in our way was 20 men, human controllers, armed with automatic rifles. And behind them, 24 or more Hork-Bajir warriors. Rachel's bear had very poor vision, especially in this dim light. "Hork-Bajir?" she asked. "Yep," I said. "How many?" "Too many. Way too many." And that's the end of that chapter. And one thing I really like about the Animorphs series is that the Animorphs just don't go through every mission, things work out fine, and they always succeed. I mean, when they succeed, it's like really barely succeed. It's just great. It makes them feel more human. It's like, yes, they can fight, they can do all these things, but they're not superhuman. Their things are going on in their own lives that affect how they approach missions, like in Animorphs number 7, where Rachel, with her father leaving, it threw her off and, made her acquire. And so to compensate for all this chaos in her life, she acquired a grizzly bear and used it for the first time in Morph, which did not end well. And then, because the Animorphs don't always succeed, the missions aren't always, you go in, you kick the bad guy's butt, and you're trying to find words. And you kick the bad guy's butt and then you're home in time for dinner. And so the stakes feel even more real, because when something goes wrong, you're like, oh shit. Yes, they're going to come out the other side, but they are not going to be in a good shape. Like, after the war, there must have been a couple therapy sessions, because wow. This series does get way darker when you reread it as an adult. I mean, holy shit. And yeah, the last bit of dialogue, I went through a couple different ways of how to read it. And I think I might have combined a few ways I was going to, so hey. But anyways, the chapter's at a cliffhanger when, maybe they will kick those bad guys' butts this time around, or maybe they'll barely get away alive, makes this series exciting. So, let's see, a good question. If you could choose a more damn. Okay, this is the problem. When I try to come up with things on the spot, I do much better with scripts. But anyways, if you were in this situation where, you broke into Matcom, you got to the Pemlite Crystal, but then it's like, oh shit, we're going to have to fight our way out. Which creature would you want to morph in this situation? No. It can be one of the various aliens that we've met so far, Taxon, or a Hork-Bajir or Andalite. Like, those are 3 aliens I'll allow you to pick from for now. Just because we have there's still a lot more aliens that we'll encounter, and I don't want someone to reply in the comment section with something that would be a major spoiler. So, yeah. So, you can choose any animal on Earth, and or a Hork-Bajir, Taxon, or Andalite. Comment down below, and comment below with anything else you noticed about this chapter, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And also, remember, I'm hoping against hope people discover the Animorphs series via these videos, so no major spoilers. There's some crazy shit that happens in this series, and I don't want that spoiled for anyone that's reading this series for the first time. And please give this video a thumbs up for, let's see, for not tempting the irony gods in the future. Yeah, that works. And also remember to subscribe to this channel, because I am not only going to be reading all of Animorphs number 10, the android, but I'm also going to be reading the entire Animorphs series, so you don't want to miss a thing. And if you have watched this video and you're like, hey, Animorphs number 10, the android by K.A. Applegate seems to be awesome, and you want your own copy, everywhere I post this video, I post a link where you can buy your very own copy of Animorphs number 10, The Android by K.A. Applegate. Okay, so we've gotten someone replying to the question I asked. Umbra's gift says, it really depends, though if I was alone, I'd morph something that could tank through them like a rhino. Yeah, that was... yeah, rhinos can do serious damage, and if you wanted a tank morph, that would definitely be on the top 10, or at least, top 10 list of, tank morphs to use. Thank you for replying. And I'm going to go now. So, hope everyone has a great day and a great weekend. Bye.